Good afternoon, Year 2, and welcome to your music lesson. Now, as always, we are going to be discussing our class genre, which, as you all know, is reggae music in Year 2. So, just a couple of questions to get our brains warmed up first of all. Firstly, where does reggae music come from? So, see if you can remember that. And secondly, who are some of the key reggae artists? There are two which we've listened to lots. So I wonder if you can remember those two. So pause the video and have a think about that now. Okay, so firstly, I asked you where music came from. So I hope that you can, reggae music came from. So hopefully you could remember that. So reggae music was a style of popular music that originated in Jamaica. Well done if you remembered. And that was in the late 1960s. And it quickly emerged as the country's dominant music, so their favourite type of music. And by the 1970s, it became really popular in other countries as well, like Britain, United States, and also in Africa. I also asked you if you could remember any of the key reggae artists. Now, the two I was thinking of was definitely Bob Marley and Gregory Isaacs, who we've listened to a lot. There are others, but as I say, this is the genre for all of Year 2, so we will definitely listen to some of those as well. Now, today's piece that I would like for you to have a listen to is one of those artists. It is Gregory Isaacs, okay? And I've actually posted the link to it down in the box below because I'm not able to show it on this, unfortunately. So, just like we'd normally do, I want you to have a little listen to that piece of reggae music. Do you and think to yourself, do you recognise any of the instruments? Compare it to the reggae music that we've listened to before, okay? Does it have a good beat? Can you hear the drums in there? Can you hear the keyboard? Is there anything else which is different about it? Okay, and once you've had a little listen, you can come back to this video. I am confident you would have heard the song before because it's a popular song which has been used on a TV advert. So I'm sure without realizing it, you would have heard that song before. So go and have a little listen and then come back to this video. Okay, we're just going to have a recap of our music vocabulary that we've been learning. So the first one then is beat. So have a little think to yourself, what does beat mean? So beat is the steady pulse that you feel in the tune, and it's a bit like a clock's tick. Okay, so it's always really consistent, always stays the same. And it's the beat that you'd naturally clap along to or tap your foot to, or you might nod your head like I'm doing now. It's also known as the time signature, so it tells you how many beats are in a bar if you are reading the music. Now, just to practice the beat, we are going to have a little go at clapping the beat to Hickory Dickory Dock, the nursery rhyme, okay? And you are looking for, can you see this clock here? Above, you're going to be clapping your hands, okay, on each time we get to a clock, because then that way we will be clapping the beat to this song. Okay, so do that with me now. Hands at the ready. Here we go. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse came down. Hickory dickory dock. Okay, so as you'd have noticed there, it was the same beat throughout. Okay, it was really consistent, it was steady. However, when we are thinking about the rhythm, okay, this is what we sometimes get a little bit mixed up with, beat and rhythm. So the rhythm is the actual sound or time value of the notes, so which in a song would also be the same as the words. So just to explain that a little bit more, I want you to think about the stars now, and this time we're going to clap the rhythm to this nursery rhyme, okay? Now, as you notice, there's a lot more stars than there are clocks, okay? So it'll go something like this. Hickory dickory dock, the mouse ran up the clock. The clock struck one, the mouse came down. Hickory dickory dock. Okay, so quite different to the beat, which was nice and steady, whereas the rhythm, okay, is a lot choppier and a lot faster because it goes with the words. So hopefully as I say, because we do get a little bit confused with those, we can understand those a little bit better. Okay. The next one then we're just going to have a quick chat about is the tempo, which we've been doing lots of. We know that the tempo is the speed of music. So it might have a fast tempo, it might have a slow tempo. And then finally, pitch. And pitch is actually our music focus for this term. So we are going to be talking about pitch a lot today. And when we're thinking about the pitch, we're thinking about how high or how low a sound is. So let's have a little bit more of a look at pitch. But hopefully we're able to see this and also hear this. And what I'm going to show you now is 4 different animals. Now, each of those animals are going to be making a different sound, and we are going to be thinking about the pitch of their sound. Now, they might have a high-pitched sound. They might have a low-pitched sound, or they may have both. They may start off high, and then they may move within their sound to a lower pitch. So let me show you the first one, because the first one is a parrot, and that is what the parrot does. You'll notice that they have high pitch at the beginning, they move their pitch lower, and then they go back up to a higher pitch. So have a little listen. Okay, so did you notice that as the parrot came across, it went lower into the pitch and then back up higher pitch as well as we went through. Now this has been really well illustrated for us here because it shows as it flies across, as the parrot moves down, the pitch also goes down as well. So it will really help us to understand that. So let's have another little listen. Back up again. Okay. We're going to have a look at a second animal now. And this animal is a leopard. Now for this animal, their pitch starts slightly higher. They go down, lower pitch, and it stays down. It doesn't go back up again like the parrot. So have a little listen. So did you notice as it was up here, it was a slightly higher pitch. As it came down, it went to a lower, and then it stayed lower. Have another little listen to that one. Lower into the pitch. Very good. Let's have a look at the next one. I'm not going to tell you the next one. I want you to have a little listen, and I want you to think, is it a high pitch? Is it a low pitch? Does it start high and go to low? Does it start low and then go higher? Does it stay the same? So you have a little listen to the monkey and you see. Okay, what do you think about that one? Do you want to have another listen? Okay, so hopefully you noticed with that one, the monkey started at a lower pitch and then he went higher, higher, higher with his pitch. Okay, it was low, high, 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 and he got higher. And you can see that because he's climbing up the tree. Okay, so they've illustrated it for us to show that his pitch is getting higher. So have one more listen. Low to high. So I've got one more. I'm going to test you on this one as well.
Slither, 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 slither.
Okay, so have a think about the pitch of the snake. Okay, did it go from high to low pitch, low to high pitch? Did it maybe stay the same? So have another little listen to the snake.
Slither, 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 slither.
Okay, so hopefully you said that the snake stayed at the same pitch throughout. It wasn't really high and it wasn't really low. It was about in the middle pitch and it stayed the same throughout. The pitch didn't change. Okay, so that's all 4 of the animals. And for the rest of your music lesson today, you have got no writing to do, no drawing to do. Okay, what I want you to have do is just have another little listen to each of the animal sounds. And then I'd like you to have a go at recreating those sounds with your voice. Okay, now if you want to, you can move yourself around if you've got a bit of space at home, and you can do this, and you can use your voice, and you can have a practice at being those animals.